chance. And Roczen's tonight says bleed for this, and I think that says everything about how far he's willing to take it, Jeff.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't add anything to that. That speaks for itself. But
oh, Tomac is down. Eli Tomac, who was leading by 5 seconds over Barcia, is down. And guess who is leading here at Anaheim?
Well, that was my first question. Can Barcia put himself back in the conversation? And remember at the top of the show when we talked about the championship contenders, I didn't add Barcia in, but the top 4, they all have weaknesses, and that's why they couldn't beat Ryan Dungey. And now they've made these little mistakes along the way.
The whole shot goes to Tomac. Barcia's right there with him. Around the outside goes Barcia. He's solidly in second. Martin's there in third.
Oh, and Musquin gets to the inside of Anderson, and that's going to back him up just a little bit. Remember, Anderson and Barcia were your heat winners.
Roczen's a little bit deeper in the field, inside the top 10.
How about Martin there, the 6 on that Geico Honda? He's a spoiler. 250 rider on the East.
Good battle here as Pike moves past on the number 34. Weston Pike making things happen for the Joe Gibbs Racing Team. Tomac just 2 hole shots last year, Phoenix and Daytona, and he opens up 2018 with 1.
Looks like Musquin's made some good moves here through the pack. He's going to come through in 4th. Remember, Ricky was a little bit critical of him with his heat performance.
Here's Roczen on the number 94. Right now showing in 10th.
Oh, look at that inside line, just using the brakes that the Honda has. And
that's Bowers on the 69. He's trying to get around him, and Baggett coming along as well on the number 4.
Bowers, look at that. That triple after the finish line is quicker, and it sets you up on the inside. I don't know why. Very few riders are using it.
Just in front of them is Brayton on the number 10, who was very good in his heat race. There's Brayton. Here goes Roczen coming around the outside.
Yeah, Brayton just didn't get through that first turn area clean, made a little mistake, and that momentum on the outside that Roczen is carrying, and then it's like a single, triple.
Cooper Webb and Roczen's teammate, Seeley, all in this next group. And Martin.
Oh, Webb gets the hops, and that's going to allow Roczen. Okay, now let's see if Roczen goes outside. Watch this triple. Oh, no, he didn't pull the trigger. He might not have jumped it here in the heat race. He might not feel comfortable with that.
Boy, he jumps into those whoops and carries a tremendous amount of speed, Ricky.
Yeah, he sure does. He keeps his momentum up, has a lot of speed, gets into him, almost jumps into him, gets on top of him, and floats right through there.
Weston Pike, an impressive run in 3rd. Jeff, Weston Pike certainly one of the fittest riders in the entire sport.
Well, he is. He definitely has that sort of bulldog image, but what he's done from when we first saw him in Monster Energy Supercross is he's also worked really hard on improving his technique and his skill to match what he can do physically.
Pike in 3rd, hasn't had a podium since he finished 3rd in the season finale in Las Vegas in 2015. On his way here tonight. He's got Musquin coming inside. And there goes Marvin, the French rider, taking the spot away.
Let's see if Pike here, let's see if he tries to get back to the inside. No room there.
Tomac on the right side of your screen.
Now, I do find it interesting here with Musquin, and then he's got Anderson just behind him. You know, we talked about how those 2 riders rode a lot of off-season races. And Musquin had Anderson by just a little bit, just like he does here tonight.
Roczen has gotten past Seeley on the 14, Martin on the 6. Ken now up to 6 as Seeley also gets by Martin. Ricky, how are you sizing up Ken Roczen's pace at this point?
Well, he's looking really good. I feel like every lap that goes by, from being gone from racing so long, it's coming back to him. Each lap is a little bit more confidence and is going. You can see it rising. The attitude and his riding style is changing. It's really looking like the Ken Roczen we all know and love.
Pike and Anderson fighting over 4th here. Jason Anderson on that Rockstar Husqvarna number 21. And Weston Pike having a really nice effort here tonight on the Auto Trader. Joe Gibbs Racing, Yoshimura Suzuki Factory Racing Machine, number 34.
Well, there's just over 45,000 fans here packed into Angel Stadium of Anaheim. And when Anderson made that move on Pike, that was for 4th even. The crowd was coming alive. Now let's see.
Oh, that could have been massive as Roczen's foot comes off. Oh, wow, was that close, Jeff?
Yeah, and that's the same section where Dean Wilson had that hard crash. Here it is right here, because you're trying to jump over and like kind of stay low through all that. That was close. That'll get the heart rate up a bit. And remember, it's just a little mistake like that is what can take you out of this championship. And as good as Roczen has been through his career, as fast as he has been at times, he's won main events. He does make those little mistakes, but that time he pulled it off. He's got a tendency to do those little things, and that's because he's pushing the limits right now.
All of the riders wear a patch on the back side of their riding pants, and Roczen's tonight says bleed for this, and I think that says everything about how far he's willing to take it, Jeff.
Yeah, I can't add anything to that. That speaks for itself. But
Tomac is down. Eli Tomac, who was leading by 5 seconds over Barcia, is down. And guess who is leading here at Anaheim?
Well, that was my first question. Can Barcia put himself back in the conversation? And remember at the top of the show when we talked about the championship contender